So two more deals agreed for Forest from Botafogo. Botafogo, I'm sorry, man. We are raiding you. Welcome to your Forest transfer news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up, we'll give you the latest deal, the latest news, should I say, on two more deals that have been agreed between Forest and Botafogo. I'll give you a little more insight into Igor Jesus and where that deal is at. And yeah, it's like 1 day into the transfer window and basically 3 players have been signed. Only Forest doing what Forest do best. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new to Forest Fan TV. Have your alerts on, because as soon as there's something breaking, I'm chucking it on. Be it 1 in the morning, 4 in the morning, or in the afternoon. And don't forget to check out the new giveaway from Football Prizes. You can win this signed framed Forest shirt. You can win a signed Nuno shirt, and you can get the new home kit once it's been released. And the signed frame Forest shirt is the same one as mine, and I love this bad boy. So go pick your tickets up. They're only 99p. Scan the QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. Alrighty, let's jump into the latest. And before I start, I gotta say a massive shout out to Felipe and Pedro. We did one of my favorite pods, I think, of the year so far with them. Felipe, obviously fluent in Portuguese and not so much in English, and we got Pedro to translate as well. It was a real good experience for me. Shout out to both of them, and the insight they gave into the 3 players that Forest are getting from them was unreal, and the insight into the deals. So we've been able to kind of find more stuff out as well through other contacts is fascinating, and we're going to get into all of that. So let's start with the latest on Jair. The centre back, the 6'5" giant, is set to be a Forest player. We're getting told from sources from Brazil that it's basically deal done. I think Pedro started to give you an exclusive while we were live on air. And that deal's done, but no fee is being broadcast out. No one knows yet what it is. Just to remind you, they bought him for about 12 million euros. I think, and they think, the fee probably is going to be a bit more than that. It would be surprising to them if Botafogo let him go for a couple of million more, especially with the potential he has. They both, and I agree with them, think that this is going to be a Brazilian future international. Plays right-sided centre-back, is a beast on the ball, does have his flaws, but he is very, very young still. He's I mean, I won't spoil it. If you guys haven't seen the pod from yesterday, go check it out. But he's very cocky in a nice way on the ball, believes a lot in his talent, and sometimes can make a mistake on the ball. But having said that, that goes away with experience. Now, the real question is, and the one I'm not sure about, is he going direct to Forest, or will he be going to Olympiacos or Rio Ave, or, you know, one of the teams in the Marinakis Empire? Because I'm not hearing anything on Murillo leaving this summer, nothing on Milenkovic, and you would expect them to be 1 and 2. It depends, I think, on what happens with Willy Bolly, because Willy Bolly is coming to the end of his contract. It will depend on Morato. Does Nuno look at him and think he's not consistent enough to keep around? Maybe he will be one to go. And then don't forget, we've got Omar Bamadeli coming back from loan. You've got Como, whatever his name is, that's out on loan at Olympiacos. He'll be joining the team. And then there's Tyler Binden as well that Forest secured in January. So when it comes to centre-backs, we've got quite a pylon going on. So I would expect a couple of those to go. Maybe Willy Bolly doesn't get renewed. Omar Bamadeli, I think, will probably be sold or loaned out again. And when it comes to Jair from Botafogo, he may not start at Forest and be loaned out probably to somewhere like Olympiacos, which actually would be a good thing because they potentially have Champions League football if they qualify through their playoff matches, or if they don't, they end up in the Europa League as well. So more experience there. But this player is out of the 3, and I said this to you guys the other day when we first started talking about him. This is the one that excites me the most because I can see big things for him, and with his physicality, I think he will end up suiting the Premier League quite a lot. Is he quite ready? I don't know. But he did get an assist last night in their match. It was a very short pass assist, but every assist counts. So that's a good thing for him. So once we know more about the fees on him, I will let you know. Now, the other one that is basically deal done as well, not as far down the line as Jair, is Kuibano, the left back / left winger / left midfielder / maybe left wing back. And this guy, beast, as I told you about in the video the other day, he may, for me, end up at Forest. He's very stocky, very strong. We had Pedro telling us yesterday about he's got a rocket of a left boot. He started to shoot from distance. He agreed with what I was saying the other day on him. In that final third, still a bit more work needs to be done, mainly because traditionally he has been a left back and almost converted higher up the pitch because of how good and aggressive and pacey and powerful he is. So there's some work to do there. But I look at the left side of our team and I don't see enough cover. Nico Williams, remember, is a converted left back. You got Alex Moreno, who's going back to Aston Villa. And then you got Callum Hudson-Odoi on the left and Sosa. Yes, Alanga can sometimes float to the left. I'd rather he stuck to the right. You got Sosa, who's playing there as well. And technically, I guess Jota Silva could play there as well. But in terms of pure quality behind Callum Hudson-Odoi and Nico Williams, probably stretching a bit. You could make an argument that Ola Aina could go back across there. But in general, Forest will need more players on that left-hand side. So I have a feeling he might come to Forest. I can't say that for certain. I haven't heard yet either way. And in terms of a fee, again, nothing being disclosed just yet, but I don't think it's going to be a big one on this one. Probably somewhere between 10 and 15 million euros. So that one is getting closer. I expect Jair to be the first one after Igor Jesus to be announced, and then we'll get Kuibano announced as the third one. Or you might see Jair and Kuibano announced together, but it should be Igor Jesus first. And speaking on him, I'm getting good information on it. That is basically deal done. They're waiting now on contracts to be signed. As we told you, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't keep up. Igor Jesus is definitely going to be a red. He's coming to Forest. So that one I'm 99% certain on. And the boys yesterday have convinced me. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been very apprehensive about him in terms of, does he fit into the style we're playing at? Is he as good? His GA isn't fantastic. But when I spoke to Pedro and Felipe yesterday, make sure you've checked it out. I'll leave it on the end screen. The way they talked about him, and they very confidently were saying he is the best striker in Brazilian football. End of discussion. They even said that Ops fans would, at the very worst, admit that he's top 3. And that's high praise indeed. And can he work at Forest? Yes. Do I still think there's some stuff he needs to iron out? Yes. But the key attributes that really excite me about him is that he has pace. He's a good dribbler on the ball. He's very confident on the ball, and he's prepared to take a shot, sometimes too many shots, as I said to you guys the other day. But will he fit into Nuno's system? I think there's a chance there will be a formation change with it, because he plays almost as a false 9. He had Felipe yesterday likening him to Suarez in terms of the style. Obviously, he's not saying the same quality level, but in terms of the style. And I can see that, and I get that. But if that's going to happen and Forest do deploy him in a false 9, to really play a false 9, you can't play a 4-2-3-1, because basically the cam and the false 9 end up occupying the same spaces. So for that to happen, I think a switch to 4-3-3 is on the cards. And I think we've been brewing and building up to it for a while now, and I'm not against it. Then that raises the question about Morgan Gibbs-White. And where would he fit into the team? Would he drop back in an 8? Or would these links to Man City, which again started to strengthen yesterday, come back again and he ends up leaving for Forest? And when you think about it, Forest potentially are going to splash out somewhere around 40 to 50 million pounds on these 3 players from Botafogo. That's a lot of money when you add it up. Yes, individually, the price tags are quite decent. I mean, you can't get a 20 million euro striker in Europe with the potential that Igor Jesus currently has. So you look at that and think good deal. But when you add it up, you're looking at about probably 40 to 50 million pounds across the three players. That's probably a big chunk of the kitty without selling any other players. And Forest still need to strengthen in many other departments. And the talk is now that if we do get Igor Jesus, he'll be the one to challenge Chris Wood, rather than Forest looking to get another striker, aka a potential Visser, in his place. Visser probably would charge for it. Well, Brentford would be looking at 30 to 40 million pounds for him. So a lot of moving parts right now. It's very exciting. We're only day one into the transfer window, and we're going to keep you as updated as possible. Might even do a live tonight to start getting your views and things on what's going on in Forest. But let me know now, how you feeling about the three signings that Forest are currently getting from Botafogo. And as Felipe said, it could be a fourth as well. We will leave it there for you. Go check out the podcast I did with them yesterday evening. I'll leave it on the end screen. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new. Please do hit the like button, because I'm knackered today. We've done a lot of pods and videos, so I do appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next one. Go get your tickets for football prizes. Come on, you Reds.